a 1 3/4 inch circle in this part of the box, because the box is going to turn around and come over this way and seal, and we're going to put our candy inside. So this area is where we want to do our 1 3/4 punch. You can just take it and eyeball it the best you want. I tend to make a lot of these, so I actually made a template. So I line it up here. Take my pencil, just do a real quick outline. It really doesn't have to be exactly in the middle. But seeing I make a lot of these, it's faster for me to do it this way. Then I just take my punch, line it up, punch it out, and you're all set. Now take a piece of designer paper of any kind, or I'm using metallic brushed cardstock, and our snail adhesive. This is going to be placed, actually, excuse me, this way. I cut it about, actually it's a little long, so I'm going to have to trim it up. I cut it just a little inside the lines and usually up here, so I might have to trim it once this box is done. But I'm going to adhere it here, and I'm going to run a piece of snail on the back, in the middle, and on the right side. Line it up there. Your candy is going to go in right here. And I like to give myself a little room next to each fold so that it comfortably folds, but I don't like to see the edge of the paper through our punched hole. So I tend to try not to get too far in by using my scrap and making it too narrow. You want to definitely at least leave enough room for where you punched out. I also take a piece of snail adhesive, excuse me, not snail, I take a piece of sticky strip and run it along the one edge. Snail's going to go on the other side, and I'll show you that in just a moment. Take a piece of sticky strip and put it on here. Adhere it pretty tightly. And on this side's where we put our snail. One little edge down there. Now carefully peel the top off of your snail, of your sticky strip. So you've got sticky on both sides. You've got snail on one side and sticky strip on one side. What we're going to do is tuck that underneath the edge of that designer paper that you've chosen, whatever scrap of paper you've chosen. And very carefully line it up and then press down. And you can tell how that looks from both sides. Now what I do is take, there's so many colors of candy, and of course you can use these for so many different holidays. Anything. Easter, I can imagine how much fun you could have with Halloween. But I take the candy, so I usually try to coordinate my papers with whatever I have here and my candy colors, the foils or whatever. And put a pop-up dot on that. And I'll center that in there. Press them down. And then you can kind of tell how that's going to come together. The only other thing we need to do right now is get our little butterfly that we made. I fluff his feathers or his wings up a little bit. Put one more glue dot in the center. Tend to place him somewhere on the front, wherever you would like him to be. It's all up to you. And we're almost done. We just need to take entire cord. I tend to use the gold elastic cord that Stampin' Up sold out of their Holiday Mini. But I'll show you in a moment another sample that I had that I used beautiful satin ribbon on, and I really like it. Cut about 15 inches of cord, and then you're just going to tie it. could use an extra hand here, so I may not be able to do this as well as I would like. But we will try. Just try a simple bow. I do need that extra hand. There we go. Tighten it the way you like it. Adjust it. And then I just usually trim up the ends just a little bit. Made me better, much better than I am at tying a bow on this elastic cord. So I just give myself a little extra room. But if you can do it with a little less than 15 inches, you'll save a little bit of it. So there you go. Just like the first one that we did. This guy's all ready to go. For party favors, anything that you might choose to use it for. Here's another sample also of another color that I did. This I used the ruby red cardstock, and I used the new chocolate chip satin ribbon that's in the Occasions Mini that's for sale now. I also used the Close to Cocoa Classic ink on this ruby red cardstock. Same idea. Did the edge treatment, stamped them the same way, and the inside I used the designer paper. Same sentiment, same idea. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'm glad you stopped by.